Bible in a Year Live, Chronological Project, Week 21, Day 6, New American Standard Bible. Wisdom and foolishness contrasted. A good name is better than good oil, and the day of one's death is better than the day of one's birth. It is better to go to a house of mourning than to go to a house of feasting, because that is the end of every person, and the living takes it to heart. Sorrow is better than laughter, for when a face is sad, a heart may be happy. The mind of the wise is in the house of mourning, while the mind of fools is in the house of pleasure. It is better to listen to the rebuke of a wise person than for one to listen to the songs of fools. For as the crackling of thorn bushes under a pot, so is the laughter of the fool, and this too is futility. For oppression makes a wise person look foolish, and a bribe corrupts the heart. The end of a matter is better than its beginning. Patience of heart is better than arrogance of spirit. Do not be eager in your spirit to be angry, for anger resides in the hearts of fools. Do not say, "Why is it that the former days are better than these?" For it is not from wisdom that you ask about this. Wisdom along with an inheritance is good, an advantage to those who see the sun. For wisdom is protection just as money is protection. But the advantage of knowledge is that wisdom keeps its possessors alive. Consider the work of God, for who is able to straighten what he has bent? On the day of prosperity, be happy, but on the day of adversity, consider. God has made the one as well as the other, so that a person will not discover anything that will come after him. I have seen everything during my lifetime of futility. There is a righteous person who perishes in his righteousness, and there is a wicked person who prolongs his life in his wickedness. Do not be excessively righteous, and do not be overly wise. Why should you ruin yourself? Do not be excessively wicked, and do not be foolish. Why should you die before your time? It is good that you grasp one thing while not letting go of the other, for one who fears God comes out with both of them. Wisdom strengthens a wise person more than 10 rulers who are in a city. Indeed, there is not a righteous person on earth who always does good and does not ever sin. Also, do not take seriously all the words which are spoken, so that you do not hear your servant cursing you, for you know that even you have cursed others many times as well. I tested all this with wisdom, and I said, I will be wise, but wisdom was far from me. What has been is remote and very mysterious. Who can discover it? I directed my mind to know and to investigate and to seek wisdom and an explanation and to know the evil of foolishness and the foolishness of insanity. And I discovered as more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets, whose hands are chains. One who is pleasing to God will escape from her, but the sinner will be captured by her. Behold, I have discovered this, says the preacher, by adding one thing to another to find an explanation, which I am still seeking but have not found. I have found one man among 1,000, but I have not found a woman among all these. Behold, I have found only this, that God made people upright, but they have sought out many schemes. Obey rulers. Who is like the wise person, and who knows the meaning of a matter? A wise person's wisdom illuminates his face and makes his stern face brighten up. I say, keep the command of the king because of the oath before God. Do not be in a hurry to leave him. Do not join in an evil matter, for he will do whatever he pleases. Since the word of the king is authoritative, who will say to him, what are you doing? One who keeps a royal command experiences no trouble, for a wise heart knows the proper time and procedure. For there is a proper time and procedure for every delight, though a person's trouble is heavy upon him. If no one knows what will happen, who can tell him when it will happen? No one has authority over the wind to restrain the wind, nor authority over the day of death. There is no military discharge in the time of war, and evil will not save those who practice it. All this I have seen, and have applied my mind to every deed that has been done under the sun, at a time when one person has exercised authority over another person to his detriment. So then, I have seen the wicked buried, those who used to go in and out of the holy place, and they are soon forgotten in the city where they did such things. This too is futility, because the sentence against an evil deed is not executed quickly. Therefore the hearts of the sons of mankind among them are fully given to do evil. Although a sinner does evil 100 times and may lengthen his life, still I know that it will go well for those who fear God, who fear him openly. But it will not go well for the evil person, and he will not lengthen his days like a shadow, because he does not fear God. There is futility which is done on the earth. That is, there are righteous people to whom it happens according to the deeds of the wicked. On the other hand, there are evil people to whom it happens according to the deeds of the righteous. I say that this too is futility. I commended pleasure, for there is nothing good for a person under the sun except to eat, drink, and be joyful, and this will stand by him in his labor throughout the days of his life, which God has given him under the sun. When I devoted my mind to know wisdom and to see the business which has been done on the earth, even though one should never sleep day or night, and I saw every work of God, I concluded that one cannot discover the work which has been done under the sun. Even though a person laboriously seeks, he will not discover, and even if the wise person claims to know, he cannot discover. People are in the hand of God. For I have taken all this to my heart, even to examine it all, that righteous people, wise people, and their deeds are in the hand of God. People do not know whether it will be love or hatred. Anything awaits them. It is the same for all. There is one fate for the righteous and for the wicked, for the good, for the clean and the unclean, for the person who offers a sacrifice and for the one who does not sacrifice. As the good person is, so is the sinner. The one who swears an oath is just as the one who is afraid to swear an oath. There is an evil in everything that is done under the sun, that there is one fate for everyone. Furthermore, the hearts of the sons of mankind are full of evil, and insanity is in their hearts throughout their lives. Afterward, they go to the dead. For whoever is joined to all the living, there is hope, for better a live dog than a dead lion. For the living know that they will die, but the dead do not know anything, nor do they have a reward any longer, for their memory is forgotten. Indeed, their love, their hate, and their zeal have already perished, and they will no longer have a share in all that is done under the sun. Go then, eat your bread in happiness, and drink your wine with a cheerful heart, for God has already approved your works. See that your clothes are white all the time, and that there is no lack of oil on your head. Enjoy life with the wife whom you love all the days of your futile life, which he has given you under the sun, all the days of your futility. For this is your reward in life and in your work which you have labored under the sun, whatever your hands find to do. Whatever your hand finds to do, do it with all your might, for there is no activity, planning, knowledge, or wisdom in Sheol where you are going. I again saw under the sun that the race is not to the swift, and the battle is not to the warriors, and neither is bread to the wise, nor wealth to the discerning, nor favor to the skillful, for time and chance overtake them all. For indeed, a person does not know his time, like fish that are caught in a treacherous net, and birds caught in a snare. So the sons of mankind are ensnared as an evil time, when it suddenly falls on them. This too I saw as wisdom under the sun, and it impressed me. There was a small city with few men in it, and a great king came to it, surrounded it, and constructed large siege works against it. But there was found in it a poor wise man, and he saved the city by his wisdom. Yet no one remembered that poor man. So I said, Wisdom is better than strength, but the wisdom of the poor man is despised, and his words are ignored. The words of the wise heard in calm are better than the shouting of a ruler among fools. Wisdom is better than weapons of war, but one sinner destroys much good. A little foolishness. Dead flies turn a perfumer's oil rancid, so a little foolishness is more potent than wisdom and honor. A wise person's heart directs him toward the right, but the foolish person's heart directs him towards the left. Even when the fool walks along the road, his sense is lacking, and he demonstrates to everyone that he is a fool. If the ruler's temper rises against you, do not abandon your place, because composure puts great offenses to rest. There is an evil I have seen under the sun, like a mistake that proceeds from the ruler. Foolishness is set in many exalted places, while the rich sit in humble places. I have seen the slaves riding on horses, and princes walking like slaves on the land. One who digs a pit may fall into it, and a serpent may bite one who breaks through a wall. One who quarries stones may be hurt by them, and one who splits logs may be endangered by them. If the axe is dull and he does not sharpen its edge, then he must exert more strength. Wisdom has the advantage of bringing success. If the serpent bites before being charmed, there is no benefit for the charmer. Words from the mouth of a wise person are gracious, while the lips of a fool consume him. The beginning of his talking is foolishness, and the end of it is evil insanity. Yet the fool multiplies words. No person knows what will happen, and who can tell him what will come after him? The labor of a fool makes him so weary that he does not even know how to go to a city. Woe to you, land whose king is a boy, whose princes feast in the morning. Blessed are you, land whose king is of nobility, and whose princes eat at the appropriate time for strength and not for drunkenness. Through extreme laziness the rafters sag, and through idleness the house leaks. People prepare a meal for enjoyment, wine makes life joyful, and money is the answer to everything. Furthermore, in your bedroom, do not curse a king, and in your sleeping rooms, do not curse a rich person, for a bird of the sky will bring the sound, and the winged one will make your words known. Cast your breads on the waters. Cast your bread on the surface of the waters, for you will find it after many days. Divide your portion to 7 or even to 8, for you do not know what misfortune may occur on the earth. If the clouds are full, they pour out rain on the earth, and whether a tree falls toward the south or towards the north, whether the tree falls, there it lies. One who watches the wind will not sow, and one who looks at the clouds will not harvest. Just as you do not know the path of the wind, and how bones are formed in the womb of the pregnant woman, so you do not know the activity of God who makes everything. Sow your seed in the morning, and do not be idle in the evening, for you do not know whether one or the other will succeed, or whether both of them alike will be good.